Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Perfect Days, directed by Wenders. This is 4 days in the life of a Tokyo public toilet cleaner. There's not a lot of narrative in this film. We follow him round as he cleans toilets, and in this way it's kind of like a documentary. Wenders makes documentaries, of course, and I've recently watched his documentary about Anselm Kiefer, and I've done a separate review on this. And in the past, I've seen his documentary about Pina Bausch. These documentaries see Wenders making the documentary into an artwork. For me, Pina Bausch and Anselm Kiefer are both extraordinary artists, and I don't really want to see their work through an intermediary. Perfect Days is Wenders going back to fiction, I think. But the style of a lot of the film is like a documentary. We're following this toilet cleaner around Tokyo, and I think Wenders works better this way round, fiction in a documentary style. So the film is a portrayal of the daily life of our toilet cleaner Hirayama. For a large part of the film, we're literally following his everyday routine, including some full-on enthusiastic toilet cleaning. He has interactions with various other characters. Most of them are interesting, although I did find that his young work colleague is so much of a clown that for me, this jarred with the general tone of the film. However, none of these interactions are allowed to develop too far. The narrative, the dialogue, it's all really spare. The film is like a mindfulness exercise. Hirayama himself is really present in every situation. He really lives in the now, and this kind of encourages us to do the same thing. I was reminded of Chantal Akerman's Jean Dielman, where the repetition of routine tasks makes us become acutely aware of the most mundane sounds, and the same thing happened to me in Perfect Days. I love that each day starts with the sound of sweeping from the woman outside that's sweeping the street and the pavements. At one level, Hirayama is a simple character, a real public servant, passionate about being of service. We get no indication of what's made him like this, so at times I did feel the film felt a little bit shallow. But also I think the stories are almost incidental. This film has the art house equivalent of an end credits scene, where the Japanese word komaribi is defined. The definition is the shimmering of light and shadows that's created by leaves swaying in the wind. It exists only once, at that moment. And I think this is telling us a lot about what the film is about. This is the link between many scenes in the film. Whenever Hirayama sleeps, we see these dream sequences which all took the form of komaribi, this shimmering. I did think that Hirayama is almost potentially a bit Christ-like, not in a religious sense, in a very practical sense. His humility, his service, his love, his wisdom, like the donkey Balthazar in Bresson's O Hasard Balthazar. Hirayama often isn't treated with respect and is looked down upon, yet he remained totally respectable and passionate about serving his customers. Perfect Days has a really cool soundtrack. The music is excellent and emotional. We hear it mainly when he's in the car because he loves cassette tapes. One thing I'm not sure about is where it keeps showing us the Sky Tree Tower in Tokyo. This is a communications tower and observation deck. I'm not really seeing any connection to the themes of the film, apart from the fact it's another form of tree. Hirayama loves trees. He loves just staring up at them and seeing the sun coming through the leaves. But of course the sky tree isn't a tree in this sense. I just didn't get this. Overall, I did enjoy this film, but I would say that I'm somewhat short of loving it, and it's hard to put my finger on exactly why. That said, it's certainly the case that spending time with Hirayama is a really pleasant experience. He's wise, he's kind, he's humble. And I came out of the cinema feeling that the world would be a better place if there were a few more Hirayamas. This film is definitely worth seeing. I do recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.